We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. The Fairplex Pomona. Free admission. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
When a truck hit my car, the insurance company wasn't fair. I didn't know what my case was worth, so I called the Barnes firm.
I was hit by a car and needed help. I called the Barnes firm. That was the best call I could have made.
I'm Rich Barnes. It's hard for people to know how much their accident case is worth. Let our injury attorneys help you get the best result possible.
The Barnes Firm. Injury attorneys. Call 1-800-8-million.
NBC4 News at 11 a.m. starts now.
Right. A driver plowed into them while on a practice run in Anaheim. Today, we're hearing from their fellow classmates and staff at Anaheim High School. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano. NBC4's Lauren Coronado visited the school this morning. She's got new details about the students who were hurt and the driver who was arrested on suspicion of DUI.
I just spoke with the principal here at Anaheim High School who tells me 3 students are still in the hospital right now. He says all are expected to recover well. That's the good news. And we're starting to learn more details about all those involved in the crash.
My immediate reaction was like hoping and praying that they were all okay.
Daniel Salgado is a student here at Anaheim High School. He says he knows one of the track and field students, a senior, who was involved in the crash on Harbor Boulevard and North Street Wednesday afternoon.
He's always running. He's always happy to have just a happy person. So when I saw that, I obviously felt bad that happened to him.
It's tough to catch at first, but at the top of your screen, you'll see an orange Toyota Corolla traveling southbound on Harbor when it somehow veers off the road and slams into the group of 16 and 17-year-olds who were on the sidewalk waiting at the light while on a routine practice run with their coach, according to Anaheim High's principal, Ruben Calleros.
It was definitely a traumatic experience for everyone involved, but I wanted to thank the first responders because they were pretty quick to act.
He says some of the students were hurt with lacerations and some are still being assessed for possible fractures. As for the driver, witnesses watched him get out of the car moments after the crash.
They appeared to have been disoriented by the accident or before. There was a bloody nose and some injuries from the accident, and then they stuck around, so nobody left the scene.
According to Anaheim police, that driver was arrested on suspicion of DUI, driving while under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Police identified him as 27-year-old Anthony Alva Palafox from Anaheim. Back here at Anaheim High School, Principal Calleros says a crisis team is available for students and staff who need the support. He also tells me he and district leaders are reassessing the running route moving forward. Reporting here in Anaheim, I'm Lauren Coronado, NBC4 News.
Meantime, Mayor Karen Bass says the City Council needs to allocate more than $4 million to the LAPD to hire more officers and make the city safer as we approach the FIFA World Cup and the Olympics. If that money doesn't come through by tomorrow, January's Police Academy class won't have any cadets. NBC4's Brittany Hope is live in the Academy in Elysian Park. Brittany, as we all know, this has been an ongoing issue. Why is she seeking the money now?
Yeah, this really has to happen as soon as possible because after tomorrow's meeting, City Council goes on their holiday recess. So there's a lot of numbers here, and I want to break them down for you. I've been talking with the mayor's office today about this. So the fiscal year goes from June 2025 to June 2026. And the budget that was signed by the mayor back in June had enough funding to hire on 240 more police officers with the promise that City Council would look for more funding to hire more officers once those spots were filled. So at this point, the mayor's office tells me, yes, they've hired those 240 officers, and they now want to bring on 170 more over the next 6 months, and they need $4.4 million to do that. I talked to Angelinos today about the price of their safety. Do you feel like that's where the money should go?
Absolutely. We don't see enough cops in my neighborhood.
In the old days, there was a patrolman that used to come up and go around once in a while, you know, but not anymore. There's just not enough policemen to do.
So you'd like to see more in your...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would feel safer.
Do you think more police officers equals everyone being safer?
No, absolutely not. I feel like, yes, we need the police officers. We appreciate them. We value their work. But Seeing more police officers in our community just makes us more nervous.
I think it depends on the area. Sometimes it's a little like, oh, are they gonna stop us like just for no reason? Are they gonna like make us feel safer?
I really hope that this money is better spent. The mayor, what are you doing? We don't need that. What we need is more community support.
I feel like with police officers, it's like the funding is really kind of going nowhere, I feel like.
Actually making the city walkable and like in like transit and stuff like that, I feel like is more important.
Certainly a lot of opinions on this. One city council member tells NBC4 he totally agrees with the mayor that, yes, public safety is the #1 priority. But the big question is, where is all of this money supposed to come from? It's the question that a lot of people are asking that city council would have to figure out tomorrow. I asked the mayor's office, if they have any ideas, and they said, it's up to council to decide that. So, yes, they meet tomorrow. The same day we're here at the Academy, LAPD is going to graduate 24 more officers. Reporting at the LAPD Academy in Elysian Park, Brittany Hope, NBC4 News.
So many questions, Brittany. Thank you so much for that. Meantime, they've already lost their homes, and now LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman says victims of the Eaton fire are being targeted by unlicensed contractors. He says the contractors demanded large down payments from fire survivors, then abandoned the work, didn't properly complete the job. Today, the DA is set to announce criminal charges against the illegal contractors. Our Lolita Lopez will be there and we'll have details on the charges. All right, let's go outside and take a live look there at Long Beach. Another beautiful day out. Meteorologist Kelly Moody is here. She's tracking those conditions for us. Hey, Kelly.
Hi, Annabelle. We're taking a look at all that heat that we've been working with. Yesterday, we broke some records. We saw temperatures soaring into the upper 80s and even the low 90s. We broke a record set back in 1958 for Riverside with 88 degrees. And in Woodland Hills, we saw 90 degrees as a daytime high following that record, or rather breaking that record set back in 1950 for 89 degrees. We're certainly still feeling the heat for today. A current look at our temperatures hanging out in the 70s for the most part, already climbing up to the upper 70s for spots like Ontario, Riverside, mid 70s for Temecula. We're going to continue to watch these numbers warm on up, heading toward the 80s for plenty of spots around town. I'm expecting we'll see low 80s for the Orange County area, Los Angeles Basin, a little bit cooler at the coast in the mid 70s, mid 80s for the valleys and Inland Empire. A lot of sunshine for us, but we are expecting some changes in the next couple of days when it comes to our sky conditions. Our onshore flow is increasing. That means some potential fog. I'll have a look at where and when you can expect some of those changes coming up, Annabelle.
All right, Kelly, looking forward to it. Thank you. A judge has ordered the release of a man who was mistakenly deported to El Salvador and then detained again when he returned to the U.S. The judge ruled Homeland Security does not have the authority to keep holding Kilmer Abrego Garcia. The Trump administration says he's a gang member who illegally entered the U.S. in 2012. His family denies gang ties and argues he hasn't been convicted of any crimes. He's still facing trial on human smuggling charges in Tennessee. He's pleaded not guilty. And the Trump administration is once again ramping up military activity in the Caribbean. U.S. federal agencies seized an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela yesterday. The Attorney General says it was involved in an illicit oil shipping network that supported terrorists. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
This morning, tensions with Venezuela sharply escalating, with the Venezuelan government accusing the U.S. of, quote, a blatant theft and an act of international piracy over this moment when elite Coast Guard forces, according to 2 U.S. officials, rappel out of helicopters onto a massive oil tanker off Venezuela, executing what Attorney General Pam Bondi called a seizure warrant.
We've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, large tanker, very large.
The Attorney General saying the tanker was transporting sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran, part of a, quote, illicit oil shipping network supporting foreign terrorist organizations.
It was seized for a very good reason.
It's unclear where the oil on board was headed or what happens to it next.
Well, we keep it, I guess.
The Venezuelan government now claiming President Trump's ramped up pressure campaign against authoritarian leader Nicolas Maduro is about the country's rich oil reserves instead of drug trafficking. The Trump administration has been striking alleged drug boats off the Venezuelan coast and threatening to move on land, accusing Maduro of being tied to a drug trade that steals American lives and put